When Bai Ningbing was young, there was a man she had feelings for, and when she came back to the country after her divorce. I got left behind in that downpour that day. I asked a janitor passing by to borrow an umbrella, then headed to the airport and bought the next available flight. I did not care where it went. Anywhere was fine, as long as Bai Ningbing and Jason were not there at 6 o'clock. Bai Ningbing's car pulled up to the house. But it was the housekeeper who came out to greet her, not her husband Ryan. It was only then that Bai Ningbing remembered that because she had been worried about Jason, she had forgotten to go wait for him at the market, but it was fine. Ryan was easygoing and patient. He never got upset over something small like this. At 7 the rain stopped. It was dark and Ryan still was not home. Bai Ningbing started feeling an unexplainable unease. She called him 3 times. The first time nobody picked up, and by the second and third time the calls would not even go through. That storm had rolled in out of nowhere, and the sky went dark almost instantly. I scrambled to take cover under an awning by the road and stood there watching the rain pour down in a daze. An hour earlier, Bai Ningbing had asked me to come pick her up and take her home, but she was nowhere to be found. The signal had cut out because of the storm. Calls were not going through. I had been about to just head back. But then I thought if she showed up and I was gone, she would not be able to find me, so I stayed until one by one the people around me got picked up. The rain showed no sign of letting up, and it had gotten pitch dark. The people coming to pick them up tilted their umbrellas carefully over their heads, shielding them. I figured Bai Ningbing was probably being sheltered just like that right now, held close and protected. The man she'd loved when she was young, things had not worked out between them back then. And word was his marriage had been unhappy during the 3 months of his divorce proceedings. Jason's mother had passed away, and Bai Ningbing had spent countless sleepless nights worrying about him, sighing endlessly. And today was finally the day Jason finished his divorce and came back home that morning. Bai Ningbing had taken a shower and changed into a new dress with a scarf that had a soft, faint cloud pattern on it. After we got married, I had taken care of everything in her life, but that scarf was not something I had bought her. The rain just kept coming down nonstop, loud and relentless. 2 hours had already gone by. Someone told me I should get out of there. If the flooding got any worse, I might be stuck there all night. I looked at the concerned face of that stranger and felt something in me go quiet. I smiled and waved over a janitor who was walking by and traded the fresh seafood I had just bought for the old umbrella she was carrying. Seeing how happy it made her, I could not help but crack a smile myself. The umbrella was old, but it kept out the wind and rain, which was more than I could say for the person who never showed up. I waded through the water out of the market, flagged down a cab on the side of the road, and headed to the airport. It was only when I got there that I realized I had nowhere to go. I only had one family member left, my grandma. But if I went to her, she would know something was wrong. In the end, I just bought the next available flight. I did not care where it went. Anywhere was fine as long as Bai Ningbing and Jason were not there. 3 years of marriage. And Jason had been like air, silently filling up every corner of my life. I was done putting up with it right as I was about to board. My phone suddenly rang. It was Bai Ningbing calling. I thought about it and did not pick up when the ringing stopped. I blocked her number. Bai Ningbing got home at 6 o'clock. When the car came to a stop, only the housekeeper came out to meet her. She paused and asked, "Where is my husband?" "He has not come back yet." Bai Ningbing stopped in her tracks. She had just remembered that the night before she had decided on a whim to go to the market to buy fresh seafood. Before leaving, she had called Ryan and asked him to go pick her up so they could come home together. But then Jason had gotten into a minor accident and she had rushed to take him to the hospital and completely forgotten about the market plan. Bai Ningbing glanced at the pouring rain outside and felt a faint pang of guilt. Would Ryan be upset with her? But the moment that thought crossed her mind, Bai Ningbing shook her head with a smile. She had never met anyone more patient and easygoing than Ryan. He never got upset over little things like this. And besides, it was just a rainstorm. Ryan was a grown man. He was not that fragile. A little rain was not going to stop him from getting home. I can see you got soaked. You should go upstairs and take a hot bath, the housekeeper said softly. Bai Ningbing nodded. "When my husband gets back, tell him I am upstairs." She went upstairs and took a hot bath, but for some reason she felt uneasy the whole time. When she came out of the bathroom, her nose felt a little stuffy. She wanted to take some cold medicine, but could not find the first aid kit. Bai Ningbing checked the time. It was almost 7. Ryan was still not back, and the rain outside